Joining me on the phone today, very special guest who's going to be actually coming to town December 5th at the Thunder Bay Community Auditorium. We've got Ian Thornley on the line of Big Wreck. How's it going, Ian?
It's going very well, thank you.
Very glad you could talk to us today.
Oh, it's no problem at all.
So you're out and about, you're touring. How's that going so far?
It's been going great so far. We're only about between a quarter and a third of the way through the tour, but it's been going really well so far. The shows have been fantastic, and the Theory boys are a great group of guys, so it's been fun.
That's what I was going to also ask, how it is touring with Theory of a Dead Man.
Yeah, they're real nice guys. I've been on the road with a lot of bands that you don't necessarily get along with, and that can be a bit of a drag.
Yeah.
But these guys are all very sweet, and everybody's always in good spirits, and it just seems to help pass the time,
So your first album since 2001, Albatross, you released that earlier this year with a new label. And how long did it take you to put the album together?
You mean as far as recording it?
Yeah, I guess recording, even into the writing process too.
Well, the writing process that's something to put a time frame on. I write all the time.
I figured.
So it's just a matter of picking songs that will fit together. And I think make a cohesive record, and then sort of either completing them or brushing them up or what have you. But as far as recording it, that we were in and out of the studio in about a month. It was very quick.
Wow, that is a quick turnaround. And did you have any specific influences for the album? Anything that was kind of giving you your insight?
Nothing so specific. I think we were talking in generalities before going in, and our sort of MO was that we wanted the record to feel a certain way. We wanted it to sound a certain way. I think it's easy to fall into a trap of formula nowadays with technology the way it is, and competing in the rock world the way everyone wants to. I had no interest in that whatsoever. I just wanted to make music that I enjoyed.
Right.
And I think a lot of it had to do with sort of setting the scene with sound, as opposed to just get the drums down and get the guitars down, we'll fix it in the mix. There was none of that. All the attention was paid from the very inception, when the microphone went up, where we put the mic, all that stuff was all very important. So, I mean, we were definitely influenced by a lot of the records where I think they were made with that sort of thing in mind, like things from the 70s and, just stuff that sounded great and felt great that you could either listen to and pay really close attention to or just have on in the background, and it sets a mood and sounds great,
Now, of course, the old question was, well, why did Big Wreck break up? But now I guess the question is, what made you decide to get Big Wreck back together?
I didn't really get Big Wreck back together. It's just, I guess Brian and I are back together. We've sort of rekindled our relationship. Our friendship had laid dormant for years after I left Big Wreck the first time. So we started hanging out outside of music first. And then there was a Thornley show that Paulo couldn't make, and he had suggested getting Brian to do it. So that's what got the whole thing going.
Right.
When we went into the studio to make Albatross, I wasn't going in to make a Big Wreck album. I was just going in to make an album.
Right.
I didn't know if it was going to be called Thornley or Ian Thornley or whatever. And Nick Raskulinix, I think, brought up the idea of perhaps calling it Big Wreck, which initially didn't sit right with me because the other two original members weren't involved.
Right.
So. But yeah, I think it's sort of come full circle, and now it really does feel like a different band, but with the same philosophy, just being done properly,
And when you come to town to Thunder Bay on the 5th, you're going to be playing both Big Wreck and Thornley songs, so a nice little mix for fans.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we do tend to sort of season the set with a little bit of Thornley here and there. I mean, there's a lot of Big Wreck music to cover as well. But yeah, there are always surprises,
Will Big Wreck and Theory be playing something together, or is that also a surprise?
No, we haven't discussed that yet, but you never know.
And what kind of atmosphere can fans expect when they head to the auditorium on actually next Wednesday, December 5th?
I don't know, man. The atmosphere and the shows thus far has been great. I think that we've got a real great sense of the pacing of the set, which I think helps with that. And we've thrown around a lot of different types of sets, there's a lot of things you can do in 75 minutes. We like to stretch out a little bit and explore. So I would hope that there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody, like people who just sort of kind of know who we are, or people who are rabid fans who know all the weird stuff that never got released,
Right.
There's going to be a little bit of something for everybody.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, Ian, and I hope you have a great show on Wednesday, and just thanks again.
Right on, no problem.